So, my first building in public experience. My English is still a little bit rusty. As you can hear, I'm from the Netherlands. I'm going to explore Bolt.new, as you can see. And for me, it's the first time that I am going to show you and show the world that I started vibe coding 2.5 months, maybe almost 3 months ago. And I really love it. I really love that an idea in my head can come to life inside a web app or even later on mobile apps. So I'm very curious what I can build with Bolt.new. And especially, I want to build things that help other people, of course. Um, my goal for building in public is a step by step goal. The first step is going to 10K a month of monthly recurring revenue, of course. And I'm very curious how this process will go because I just thought, okay, I need to do this. I need to do it in public, and I really have no clue how this can go, what I'm going to build. I have a first idea. Normally, I think about an idea a long time before, not really long time, maybe 20 minutes or 30 or an hour. And then I start opening my laptop. But I know for a lot of people, it's really valuable that somebody shows the process from the beginning. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I just opened up my laptop, uh, opened up CapCut because the other program I normally use crashed already. So good beginning. And I just want to take you with me on a journey of building apps. And for the first videos, I start to build something I think the market needs. And along the way, I want to find out what the market really needs. Um, so, like I said, I'm working in Bolt.new. But before I am getting to Bolt, I need to have the ID structured. So I have a few boss prompts that I use. When I start building in Bolt, I take this boss prompt, the major structure, and I need the boss prompt of the app we are building. But that's one thing I still need to figure out. So I work with Grok, Claude, and ChatGPT. It's just the feeling of, okay, I need to ask this Grok or Claude. I really don't think really hard about, okay, this thing maybe is better in Claude or maybe better in Grok. When I'm building into Bolt, then maybe yes, some things are better done with ChatGPT than with Grok. And to be honest, I didn't use Claude API yet for a working app because I'm working on several apps, and one app is already a little bit crashing because I cannot get it working yet. I will fix it, but maybe I will take you with that problem fixing as well later. But it has a lot to do with keys and secrets, so of course I cannot record that. So for now, I already made a chatbot for my own website. I can show you. I really love to use incognito. I need to. That's why I need to enter my whole website. So this is me, Paul Veth, and this is a chatbot I made for my own website. But I really think this is a new way for websites to start, to open. Of course, this chatbot on itself is not optimized for LLMs or Google to be found. So I have another website, a subdomain on paulvet.com that is really traceable. I don't know the exact English word, but you can find it through LLMs and Google. I'm putting a lot of info there yet, so probably you cannot find it yet, but it will come up later. But my idea now is that this kind of chatbot is really helpful for a lot of businesses because it's more interactive instead of reactive. So now my idea is this chatbot works really great. It also works in English. Now you see Dutch language, but it also works in English if you're not living or open up a browser in the Netherlands. Um, and it asks you a question and you start to talk with the chatbot. It asks you a few questions that are in line with my business, and then there will be an assessment, and from out that assessment you get a few options, and AI will help you along the way, and so help me as a business owner to point you in the right direction. Maybe you need a call with me, maybe you need an online program with me, maybe you have to need a product or a group project, group course. So that's what this chatbot does. And I want to make it available for a lot of people and a lot of businesses because there are already a lot of chatbots available through big companies and for big companies, but not really yet for smaller companies. I didn't do market research, so I thought this is just like a cool um, built-in public project for me to start with. So I want to make this chatbot available for other companies. So then it's probably smart for me to understand, okay, what does another company need when they want to have a chatbot on their homepage? So for me, it's really helpful to think as a customer. So I'm entering a website like mine now, but maybe your business or another business, and the chatbot asks you a question, of course. That's really interactive immediately. It's really good for the brain. Um, but what does the company want you to send to? Most of the time, it's not knowledge because knowledge you can get it from LLM. So it's more like, okay, um, ideal is that some customer, potential customer, comes on your website and is becoming a customer. And there can be two people coming on the website. This is my thought process. Maybe it's not really two, maybe a little bit more, but I say two. One, the potential customer who needs warm up, and the potential customer who already is ready to buy. So this is a little bit from marketing, of course. I'm no marketeer yet. Um, so in the chatbot must be clear that there needs to be options for warming up and for buying. It must be very easy for somebody who comes on a website to buy something. So maybe that can be a problem for a chatbot, but the chatbot needs to understand um, the signals from the user that he wants to buy. So that's really important, but that's already built in the chatbot itself. That's nothing the user, the company who wants the chatbot on their website needs to insert. So for me, probably it's important the tone of voice is tackled. So the tone of voice and the words that are um, used by people in that company, like pro used words. Like for example, since I start coding, I understand there's Python and Next and React and stuff like that. You need to understand how much a potential customer knows about these words. Not these dev words, but the words from the company you're buying. So tone of voice, but also what kind of words, what kind of language do you use? Is it B1, B2 English? You have to think about it, and you may need to make it adaptable. I need to make it adaptable, And yeah, maybe this is a beginning enough to start chatting with, for example, Grok. I like Grok, Grok Fast. Here it says Grok 4, but I really want the fast one. Um, and I don't know if I use Whisper, but I don't know if it understands if when I'm talking English. Maybe it's a setting in Dutch, so we will find out. So here's one sentence, and I'm looking for the English words. Oh boy, no, Whisper is not set up for English. So I need to find out where Whisper is. I believe you can see everything from my screen. That's why I normally want to use another app. Let's see. Settings. Vibe coding. Hashtag vibe coding. That's nice. System, extras, data. General. Languages, change. English. Ah, both. That's nice. And I saw this auto detect. Let's make it this one. Okay. This must be working. So, Grok, you are. Yes, now it's working. I've got a project, Bolt.new, so I'm going to use that one. I've got a recording button in my way here. Okay. So, Grok, you need to answer in English because I'm recording this video, and we are going to build an app. And I'm going to share with you a boss prompt because I really love to start at the beginning, at the funding, or the fundament. I don't know the really exact English word, so this is for me a journey as well. This is recorded by Whisper, everything, so I hope Grok knows what is not really helpful. Maybe I need to start over, yeah. So, Grok, I really need your help. We are going to build a new app, but this app is it is really important. We are going to make it robust and anti-fragile and very safe. It's really important. Safety is really important. And I'm going to share with you a boss prompt. And in this prompt, or with this prompt, you can build enterprise apps to scale really, really big apps for a lot of customers. And it's your task to get rid of the things we don't need for this app we are building. So this is one prompt I'm already placing into Grok, and then I will upload the boss prompt. Boss prompt. Yes. It's just a text file, and it's really nice because, to be honest, I made that with Claude. So you can do it as well. Maybe later I will share it, but I don't know if it's really valuable for you because I believe everybody needs their own boss prompt to think about the structure. So this is really a good structure for our app, but we need to get rid of the things that are maybe too much because it can fall out of context from the app we are building. So this is really important information for Grok as well. So what we are building is I made a chatbot for my own website. And I am an identity architect for entrepreneurs. So I use hypnosis and coaching to help them get rid of their mental blockages. And I help them to become more, to get them free out of their mind so they can grow. It's really cool. But the chatbot, I want to make that chatbot available for a lot of companies, because nowadays chatbots are really helpful, but they are morally available for the really big corporate companies. And I believe the chatbot can be more than just a chatbot. As you can see, I give a lot of context because I know that Grok Fast has a lot of context. So it really starts to understand my ID when I tell it a little bit more than is really necessary. Otherwise, it's going to hallucinate itself instead of following my line of thinking. Okay? So this chatbot is really easy, really simplified, because it's not to chat a lot with, but this chatbot opens the website with a question. So people who are coming on the website, they see a question written with TypeScript. So it's really a cool type effect, I need to say. And they start to interact with it immediately. They start to answer the questions. And in my chatbot, I programmed that within 3 to 5 answers from the user, they get the question if they need assessment, if we are allowed to ask them some questions. We don't call it assessment because for potential customers that is a little bit scary. So we just ask the chatbot to ask if we can ask a few questions. A lot of asking is good. And when we do that, then they fill in the assessment with a few multiple choice answers and a few open questions, open answers. And all this information is going to AI. I believe I use Grok 4 as well for that. And it's making a kind of insightful hint or tip or advice for the potential customer. So it's immediately valuable. The chatting with the customer is immediately valuable as well because it makes the customer think about things. And that's really valuable because it helps people further in their journey. After there is that advice, the chatbot will ask if we can get more um, or no. I sometimes talk a little bit too much, so I need to delete something. And sometimes when I'm recording videos, I'm really used to record videos and to talk all the time. But maybe you just also want to watch the screen and hear me being quiet. I don't know. So let me know underneath the video. So after that personal advice came, the chatbot will ask if in that personal advice we nudge, of course, to 1 or 2 services we provide. So after the personal advice, my chatbot will say, okay, we see what your struggles are. This is where your chances lie, and we can help you with this by maybe a call or this online program or something like that. And they press the button, and they also have the opportunity to say no, chat a little bit more. But that's in general what the chatbot does. So it's a little bit kind of a funnel, but you can adapt it to every kind of business. But now for the app we need to build, I want to make that kind of chatbot I already made with very good and insightful, sometimes even genius logic inside it. We want to make that available for a lot of companies. So we probably need an app where people can log in with the landing page so they can see what it is. The landing page can be, of course, a chatbot, which does the same as the chatbot we are selling. That must be logical. And we need the Stripe connection for payments. We use Bolt/Supabase database in the backend. And then, of course, a login. Everything very secure. I believe the best way to secure this is a multi-tenant possibility. These things I already learned the last 2 or 3 months building things. I'm hearing myself say things like, "Whoa, I didn't know anything about this. I'm no coder or something like that." I was a producer from music, so I like to sit behind laptops and listen to music. But story time is for another time. um, Especially, I'm recording this in Whisper right now, so that's a little bit stupid because I'm recording double right now. So it's really crazy. Um, yes. Otherwise, I'm going to tell the chatbot too much. Grok in this case. Okay. And then I believe the most structured thing we need to build in the application is this. For this, you need to take the role as a customer who's an entrepreneur and who has a company who sells services or products, but not too much. So, as a service provider, um, you have a company and you deliver services, consulting, coaching, or something like that. There are probably 3 to 5 options you sell. So that's what you need to keep in mind who you are. Because we are looking for the best user experience. And I believe for a chatbot like this, we need a lot of settings they can insert. So the chatbot can be inserted in their website via iframe or something like that. We need to think what the best way is for other people to place the chatbot on their website. And they need to change and think with me about this. Change color because of the brand, font because of the brand. Like I earlier said, tone of voice. And tone of voice can be like a setting from 3, like a low, medium, high, or something like that, or casual or more business-like. But I want also 2 options. One option is that they can talk. Maybe they can talk or write 3 to 500 words in their own voice. And we can then find out, distilleren. We can extract the tone of voice from those words, or they can enter a prompt. So both options we need that. Then they need to have the possibility to fill in the products or services they have. So, for example, for me, I have like the warm up service is like a free identity scan. So, it's a free giveaway. That's one. I can immediately bring them to the online course. I say it's Enterstar for me, where they can switch as an entrepreneur their traumas into their fuel, to say it like that. Uh, One of them is an identity call. It's a free strategy session. So those three for me, but companies need 3 to 5 options where the chatbot can bring them to. And we need an assessment module where they can create their own assessment with open questions and multiple choice questions. And to be honest, that's almost what it is. And we also need one part where there is some information about the company. And I believe personal branding is more important the next few years than company um, branding. So there needs to be a place where they can insert information about the CEO or the founder, the face of the company, the vision of the company, the idea of the company. So the chatbot can nudge some things to that. And there must be a possibility to enter or URL or a lot of text about the more the Wikipedia of the company. So now it's your task to think with me about the structure of this. Maybe it's a shell or a wrapper. Tell me what it is we are going to build, what the exact name is, because I don't know the exact word for this, and I know further in the project it's very important. You see, I'm recording already for almost 30 minutes, and this part of the I found out that this part of building is so important. Um, okay, this last 2 sentences was more information for you. Um, okay, so it's your task to help and think with me what needs to be the exact structure. In the end, I want to bring this shell or wrapper, tell me what it is, to a lot of companies. So maybe my goal can be even to get 100,000 users. Always think big, I believe. So make it robust and anti-fragile. So first we need the structure, and then you have to think with me in a second step, what do we need for functionalities? I thought a lot of I thought about a lot of those, but I always believe that there needs to be more detail, but it needs to be helpful and not too much for those companies. When I'm entering this much text, I always copy it. So let's see what Grok is making out of this. Ah, it says it's a shell. It's funny because sometimes when I tell a lot of things, it takes those things with it because while it's not useful for the chatbot, In this case, it's very useful because it says customize a guided conversation with it, with hypnosis and coaching style, which can be good for a chatbot, but it's not really what I meant. So I really need to see if this is going the right way. Think big, start minimal, yes. Ready for hypergrowth A/B testing later, yes, please. Design, I forgot about design. Offline, no. Multi-tenant, yes. Dashboard, Superbase, yes. Yes. Language, great. It's always great to start with the I18N keys immediately, because to add them later, it's really, I cannot say it. Yeah, it's really funny. They always want to have free or free basic bot. I don't like that. Because when people want to try it for free, you probably have other people than your real customers, so you cannot really test some things. A discount can work better, or a trial period. This can be helpful, but I don't believe in it for this one. This is great, so it can be found. Google Fonts is great. Preview pane is great. Slider is great as well. 2 options, great as well. Start a question. Assessment, yes, yes, yes. Okay, this looks great already. I'm going to pause here because I need to get my wife from the station. She's with the train, and I will read this, and I promise you I won't do any step without you. So later when I come back, I will take you with me in the next steps. Next step is probably building the prompt for Bolt already.